Hello everyone! For today's video, we are going to discuss adjusting entries, the fourth step of accounting process. Adjusting entries are journal entries which are to be recorded in the general journal and are usually prepared at the end of accounting period. Adjusting entries are prepared for the following reasons: to bring balances of accounts updated and to properly match revenues against expenses during the period. May mga times kasi na nagkakaroon ng errors sa journal entry or di kaya may mga accounts na kailangang i-adjust at the end of the accounting period. There are 6 types of adjusting entries: accruals, deferrals, provision for depreciation of property and equipment, provision for estimated uncollectible accounts, adjustment on inventories, and correction of erroneous journal entries. So, before we're going to discuss each of the 6 types of adjusting entries, I just want you to bear in mind that never ever include cash in adjusting entries. Okay? So, accruals, there are 2: accrued income and accrued expense. Accrued income is an income that is already earned but not yet collected. On the other hand, accrued expense is an expense that is already incurred but not yet collected. Example: advertising expense worth 3,000 has been incurred already but still unpaid. So, may advertising expense daw tayo na hindi na record kahit nakabayad na tayo. Kaya, ang entry natin ay i-record ang advertising expense as a debit and a credit of accrued advertising expense worth 3,000. Next, deferrals. There are 2: pre-collected income and prepaid expense. Pre-collected income is an income that is already collected but not yet earned. And a prepaid expense is an expense that is already paid but not yet incurred. Example: on September 1, 2008, the businessman paid an insurance premium covering the period from September 1, 2008 to September 1, 2000B in the amount of 3,600. The accounting period ends on December 31, 2008. So, dahil end of the period na, kailangan nating i-record ang kailangang i-record at i-adjust ang kailangang i-adjust. So, the entry is insurance expense 1-2, which is debit, and a credit of prepaid insurance 1-2. Paano natin kinuha yung 1-2? Solution: 3,600 divided by 12 months is equal to 300. Therefore, may 300 tayo na insurance expense monthly. But because 4 months had passed already, so 300 times 4 is equal to 1,200 na ang insurance expense at kailangan itong i-record dahil end of the accounting period na. The next is provision for doubtful accounts. Uncollectible accounts can be estimated as follows: by setting up a certain percent of uncollectible account based on outstanding receivable, by aging the account receivable, and by setting up a certain percent of uncollectible account based on credit sales. Example: 1% of the outstanding receivable account is estimated to be doubtful and collection. The account receivable is 35,000. So what we are going to do is to multiply the outstanding receivable, which is 35,000, by 1%, which is doubtful in collection. Therefore, our entry will be a debit of uncollectible account 350 and a credit of estimated uncollectible account 350. Next is provision for depreciation of property and equipment. There are 2 kinds of depreciation: the physical and functional depreciation. The physical depreciation is the ultimate retirement of property and equipment. On the other hand, functional depreciation is inadequacy of assets to perform efficiently. There are 3 methods of computing depreciation: acquisition cost, scrap value, and useful life. Example: The laundry machine has an estimated life of 5 years without salvage value. The cost of asset is 150,000. So, the entry is depreciation expense 2,500 and a credit of accumulated depreciation laundry equipment 2,500. So, paano natin kinuha yung 2,500? Solution. First step is to get the annual depreciation expense, which is cost of asset divided by estimated life in years. So the cost of asset is 150,000 divided by 5 years is equal to 30,000. Therefore, ang ating annual depreciation expense is 30,000. The next step is to get the monthly depreciation, which is annual depreciation expense divided by number of months in a year. So, 30,000 divided by 12 months is equal to 2,500. Therefore, our entry is debit depreciation expense 2,500 and a credit of accumulated depreciation laundry equipment 2,500. Next is adjustment on inventories. 20,000 cost of supplies inventory was actually consumed. So may na-consume na supplies inventory pero hindi na record. Kaya ang gagawin natin ay i-record natin ito with a debit of laundry supplies expense 20,000 and a credit of laundry supplies inventory 20,000. The last one is correction of erroneous journal entry. Adding if the account was understated and subtracting if the account was overstated. In other words, dadagdagan natin ang kulang at babawasan ang sobra. Example, both various supplies on account were 3,500 but 5,300 was recorded. So, sa example na to, nagkaroon ng error sa journal entry at ang accounts payable at supplies inventory ay overstated. Therefore, ang entry natin ay debit accounts payable 1,800 and a credit of supplies inventory 1,800. At dito lang po nagtatapos ang ating video. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more upcoming videos.